Hi, I'm Sandy Mellon. Welcome to the show. I'm standing on top of a mountain in South Africa. Hang around and see what we're up to.
Hi, I'm Rich, and if anybody can lay claim to having been born into the life, it's me. Born and raised in northern Alberta, I was an adult off to the big city trying to woo a certain blonde bombshell before I ever ate any farm-raised beef.
And I'm Sandy, and I might just be that blonde that corrupted this boy. Rich and I met and were married in a whirlwind romance that saw a moose hunt classified as a honeymoon. But 2 weeks into the marriage, I realized if I was gonna know this boy, I better get with the program.
And get with the program she did. Sandy jumped in with both feet and wholeheartedly embraced the outdoor life. She took to hunting, trapping, and fishing like a duck to water and quickly became the ultimate partner. I never had to explain that I was late because I got stuck in a mud hole.
Well, that's because I was pulling the winch line. That's why they called me the winch wind.
And you're very good at it.
I am.
And there was no worry about what time of day I shot a moose, because he was right there helping me gut it.
We were full partners in life, and soon we had 3 kids running around the house, eating what we hunted, and teaching them the outdoor life. Lord, could they eat.
Oh yeah, and they still can. Family Christmas pictures usually involved our critters and camo, and now we have 7 grandkids to show the hunter's path to.
Our outdoor life together was easy, hunting and fishing and trapping in our northern Alberta backyard. Today, our hard work and blessed life allows us to adventure and hunt far-flung and exotic places throughout the world.
The outdoors has always been the bedrock of our relationship. We've laughed and loved and adventured our way through our 40 years of life together.
40 years.
Oh, yeah. That doesn't seem real.
No. I'm Rich.
And I'm Sandy, and we're married to the hunt. Welcome to our new TV series, Married to the Hunt.
Yes, we're back into hunting again. Isn't that wonderful?
Well, we never left hunting. We've always been hunting, but we just haven't done a series about hunting.
Our other series, Trapping Game, keeps us pretty dang busy, but it was just so much fun to get back in and do some adventure hunting and adventure fishing again. And this is the first episode of the new series, and we are back in Africa.
Yes, this is our 3rd trip to South Africa. All of our trips have been with our good friends now, Guy Swart from Wild Horizon out of Sinsa on the Eastern Cape in South Africa.
Today we are chasing the Barbary sheep. They're called Barbary sheep, they're called Auodad. Amazingly, they come from North Africa.
In the Chad area.
Well, northern part of Chad, mostly like Algeria and Tunisia. The original conservations are the hunters and have transplanted the Auodad all over the world. Mexico, the southwestern states like Texas and New Mexico, even Hawaii. Spain. They're in Spain, and of course where we are in South Africa. They have adapted extremely well.
Yes.
And they are, they're survivors. So now, even though they have been hunted to non-existence, like the subsistence hunting in northern Africa is what has destroyed them. It's only the fact that they live in such inhospitable place that they have survived at all.
And they are fun to hunt, let me tell you. They blend. When you get to see what they look like, they have a beautiful coat, but they blend. It's kind of like our gray dog who disappears in the bush. You wouldn't think that he would, but he's just that right shade, and the Auodad are very similar.
You had to walk along basically the old cap rock or whatever that it had eroded through. So all these benches and that, you'd be walking along them. Sometimes, it was a little bit sketchy where we had to go through and that. But you're always looking for them, and they've adapted so that when the sun is the hottest, they would get out and into the shade, which was unique. But then we've seen a lot of other animals there.
Oh yes.
There was water buck, and there was red hartebeest.
Yes.
And
we weren't hunting any of that there, so.
No. This is going to be our traveler's tech tip for people that go off adventuring. Many places in the world do not know what coffee is, or what they call coffee. We wouldn't call coffee.
Yeah.
And South Africa is very much that way. They're very much tea drinkers.
Yes.
So we took We took Old Smokes with us,
We did. Yeah.
but I only took 5 pounds.
I know.
And
So we rationed. We were only allowed like one French press of Old Smokes coffee.
Every morning, yeah.
Yeah, in the morning. So for this hunt, I've chosen the 308 Winchester, and it is a Rocky Mountain rifle made by our friends at Core Lanes in Dawson Creek, British Columbia. They always do a superior job for us, high quality, and it's a favorite of ours to take along with us. On the top is a Zeiss HD5 in a Rapid Z. Makes it really easy to dial up or dial down if you're in the thick stuff or if you're shooting any distance at all. And then the ammunition is the Hornady Precision Hunter. So I think I've got it all set up and ready for the day.
Yeah, that 178 grain ELDX bullet is just smoking out of that and scary accurate.
Yeah.
Let's go find something.
Okay.
Married to the Hunt is brought to you by these fine sponsors. At Old Smokes Coffee, we slow roast our coffee over a wood fire, making it smooth and memorable. You can order our coffee online. Old Smokes Coffee. Coffee crafted for the courageous. Range Road Enterprises understands hard work. Our products work as hard as you do. See our full line of firewood processors, sawmills, and more at your nearest dealer. Why trust your hunt to anything less than the best? Carl Zeiss Sport Optics. Confidence in the toughest conditions. High-quality hunting and spectacular trophies create memories of a lifetime. Let Guy Swart from Wild Horizon help you plan your next African safari.
Day 2.
Always different here, isn't it?
Very.
What we're doing here today is we're hunting Auodad, or Barbary sheep.
Yep.
And they are on this mountain, and it's really unique because the mountain is right next to Queenstown.
Yeah, right next to the town of Queenstown.
And at the very top, where all the communication towers and everything are, but we're over 5,000 feet. And oh my God, it is steep like this. And the worst part is because here it has grass.
Yeah.
You know, we're used to rocks back home where you've got good traction all the time.
Yeah.
Well, here you can step on the grass and go for a ride.
Yeah. Very carefully do you put your feet here.
Oh, very carefully.
Yeah.
And a lot of vegetation. So the Auodad, where they come from, it's desert, it's dry. But here they've become very acclimatized to hiding.
Yes.
Yesterday we spent it all up around the top, and we worked our way through across all the ledges. Like you've got a bunch of different ledges that go down the mountain, and we'd walk the ledges, and you'd be looking over, and you'd be glassing above you, and looking for them to be hiding because they'll lay up in the heat, which we don't have a lot of heat right now.
Well, actually, it's quite comfortable now, and it's 9, 10 in the morning, but we've got tons of fog over here, and we left in the fog from the place that we're staying. This particular farm is one of only just a few that actually has Auodad, and in their natural, as semi-natural a setting, I guess.
Well, they're free.
Yeah.
You know, they're out. They got the mountain. The mountain stops everybody.
Yeah, absolutely. Anyway, we looked all over the place yesterday, and we were sitting on a ledge, and one kind of appeared for about 20 seconds. We couldn't even get any film of him, and we looked and looked and looked, and we had a little picnic lunch, and then we came to a different spot and looked, and we saw 4.
Yeah, right, very quickly. So
Yeah.
what it was is, I mean, you just don't know where they are, what part of the mountain they're utilizing, and our experience hasn't been with Auodad.
No.
You know, our experience has been with bighorn sheep.
Yeah.
The bighorn are, unless the flies are really, really bad, they're out in the open.
Yeah.
And the Auodad here aren't.
No, they're not. And last night it was a matter of good spotting by one of our PHs. And because we were sitting looking for one in particular, and then he saw 2, and then you spotted a 4th one.
Yeah.
So, but it was, by the time we could put a plan together, it was later in the evening, and there was no way that we were going to get there, get a good shot, and be able to get out.
No, because the big mountain behind us, the sun goes down on the other side of it, and it gets dark really quickly. Yeah. It's amazing how fast it gets dark in Africa.
Yeah, it's true.
It's like we have these great long sunsets and sunrises in North America.
Today is the 9th of June, so it's approaching the longest day of the year, and where we are, it stays light.
It's approaching their shortest day.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So anyway.
Anyway, we found part of the thing about the Auodad is how to judge trophy quality.
Yes.
There's two things that judge trophy quality. Of course, the size of the horns, how big the bases are and how long they are. Trophy quality starts at, or a really good one is about 30 inches or maybe a little bit better. But a big part of the trophy is just like our
goats.
Mountain goats back home, and it's got to do with the hair and the cape, right? And that you said the one we're and it's over here right now. It has like a lady wearing a fine ball gown, like a long dress.
I said grass skirt.
Yeah.
So, same thing.
But it is just beautiful when they walk.
Yeah.
It shakes and shimmers.
It's
And
beautiful.
even the young bull or young rams have it on the front, but as they get older, it goes down their front legs and then it goes down their belly. And this one has the grass skirt or the hair all the way back to its belly button. So it's pretty cool.
Yeah.
I wonder if they've decided what we're going to do yet.
Our PHs are making a plan, and that's the best part of hunting in Africa is they know exactly what they're doing, and it always works out.
Yeah, well, and we haven't got a clue. Hunting is hunting, but these animals react so differently, right?
Yeah, they do.
So differently, and you always have to worry about other animals getting in your way. Like last night on the stalk, it was springbok.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yesterday or the day before was when we were stalking kudu. It was the baboons.
Yep, baboons.
Yeah, they were out looking for Carl.
Yeah.
That's the call that a baboon makes. Carl.
It seems anyway. Anyhow.
Let's go see.
Yeah.
The biggest problem that we had was he was laying out in the morning sun.
Yes, and that created a problem about how we get across a wide open space to the area that you can see, which is the trees sticking up out of a kind of a coulee, and that's where we had to get to in order to be close enough to get a good shot.
It looks like a line of trees, but it's just the tops.
Yes.
So you get down into the coulee, and it's tough going
Dense.
through there.
Yeah.
Everything has a thorn on it.
Yeah.
So I'm not the most graceful person packing a camera to begin with. And then when everything's trying to grab me and pull at me and I'm stumbling over the rocks and all that.
Okay.
Clint packed your gun for
I
you,
know.
gentlemen.
I realized that afterwards. It's like, well, where was my gun? But Clint had it, and it made sense for him to have it. He was in the lead. You're not going to have an accident then if, if somebody stumbles or falls or whatever. I mean, the gun wasn't loaded at that point anyway, but safety first. Yeah. Watch out for the thorns.
So we had to take the big, long, circuitous route in order to get into the gully to be able to sneak down close enough to him.
Yes.
And then as we just crawled up over the lip, and there he was.
Shoot sitting standing.
Oh, right there.
Yeah.
Sticks would be better. I just want to make a good shot. If we can set the sticks up, I just want to make a really good shot. Standing. Careful. And there he was, just, from the camera work, it looks like I should have been shooting multiple times, but viewers need to be reminded often, because we often have this comment, that especially in that thick stuff where you were, an over-the-shoulder shot was not possible. Okay, I'm gonna stand up. Such tiny confines. I mean, it was enough for Clint and I to get in there so he could, line me up and everything was good, but to have you in there. And so you were often off to a long ways to one side or the other as we were moving through there.
Well, I couldn't shoot over your shoulder.
No.
It just wasn't possible. So I was actually lower than you on the
Yeah,
mountain. And I was
yes.
quite a long ways to the right of you.
Yes.
And so I would have this perfect shot, and
Yeah.
I'm thinking, shoot, shoot, shoot. And I'm starting to wonder if
I'm having a problem,
well,
or
no, if you're waiting for me.
yeah, true.
So I'm thinking, shoot, shoot, shoot. And then when it finally comes, well, surprised the heck out of me because I could barely see him.
Yes.
And I was glad that I did that at least half of him was clear.
Yeah, and that's just the reality of hunting. Yeah, I can. Oh, there he is. Okay, wait. I thought leg. I shot him on the front leg.
Did you go a little bit too far forward?
He was holding his leg.
Yeah.
Did I go too far forward?
I'm not sure. He was slightly quartered away. So.
Okay, I'm unsafe.
Boom.
So
And
boom.
not the reaction we were looking for.
No, at first I thought that I had hit him wrong, that I was too far forward, and that's how you hunt African animals, by the way. So a lot of people think that when the shots that we do make are too far forward, but that's just how their vital organs are placed in most of the African type of animals. So I did shoot forward. I thought at first that I had shot too far forward, but his reaction would suggest it was a heart shot.
Well, we spent a lot of time just on the edge of the gully and just walking back and forth, and literally, in lots of cases, we were passed within 25 yards of him.
Yes, but we didn't know he was there, and we couldn't see the blood from there either.
And it was so thick.
It was very thick.
It was unbelievable. Married to the Hunt is brought to you by these fine sponsors. Argo Extreme terrain vehicles conquer any season, any terrain. See all the new models at your nearest dealer. Argo, go anywhere. Midland Radios help you stay in touch in the wild. Check out the new X-Talkers at your nearest dealer. Communication for every adventure. Alberta Outdoorsman Magazine, Alberta's only hunting, fishing, and trapping magazine. Take your best to the best. J. Martin Taxidermy. Recreating the memories of your hunt with precision, passion, and pride. Well, Larry, he expired. It was a bit of a rodeo. I knew Sandy hit him good and hard, but we weren't sure. So rather than push him up a mountain all the time, I went up above and circled back through. And you know how I got this thing about vines? I got in there and there's this vine going like this and a vine going like this, and there's a cluster here, and I go to step through it and sneak over, and I went upside down just like a moose in a barbed wire fence, and there I was hanging. I thought, they're gonna have to come rescue me. Well, babe, let me take the camera and let's show you what you got here.
Awesome. And here he is down here. Oh my goodness. And the blood coming in here. I'm surprised that he made it as far as he did. There's lots of brambles and things that'll stick you in here. Holy smokes. Wow. Oh, wow. Clint. Wow. Yeah, it deserves a hug.
That hard work paid off.
Oh, that's a dandy. Oh,
Look at the hooks.
look at the hooks. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Look at the bases on this.
So heavy. This
Unbelievable. Well, we knew we had a trophy when we saw him. But boy, it's another story when you get right up close to them, hey?
They live in the thick, don't they?
They do, and he stepped out. I mean, we saw him last night, left him where he was, came back this morning, still there, or very close. And we just gave some time. It was about 600 yards away that we originally saw him. Yeah. And then we moved on down here, and it was about 150 meter shot.
It looked like a heart shot. It looked just like, you know, the way he backed up like that.
Yeah, and then his head went down, and then he dove into this thick stuff.
And it took a...
Well, we give him some time because you don't know, right?
Yeah, well, that's it. We gave him some time, but then...
I want to go hunt kudu this afternoon. I don't want to go chase this up over a mountain in case it wasn't as good a shot as we thought.
True story. Oh, my God.
Can you lift him around so we can look at him a bit there? Oh yeah, he's got the nice hooks. All my buddies in Texas were talking, or in New Mexico. Oh, look at that! Look at that!
That's something.
Wow!
Yeah.
Is that a trophy or is that a trophy?
Oh, my goodness.
And Clint, the man from Wild Horizon.
Yes. Wow. Lay that way. Oh, my goodness.
Wow!
That's a beast.
That is
That is a beast.
spectacular. And he's got the full dress, the full chaps, everything.
And he's got the big hooks. Oh,
Yeah.
my goodness. Oh, my goodness.
I think Clint should
That
get a
is-
second hug for that.
I think he should. Oh. Outstanding. He's got some scars down his nose and...
Wow.
Oh, wow. Wow. Unbelievable.
How come I'm packing him and you're not?
Well, wasn't that in our marriage vows somewhere?
I remember keeping you warm.
Yeah, that
You
too.
would go anywhere with you if I kept you warm.
That's true. It has morphed somewhat into thou shalt pack all my animals out of sketchy places.
I will pack an animal of that quality anytime, anywhere for you.
It was spectacular, and boy, it couldn't be more special than to share that kind of stuff together. There aren't very many couples that get to do that.
Well, there we go. Adventure number 1.
Adventure number 1, but not the last, for Africa or North American hunting. So Africa, of course, there's so much to see and do, and it's different, and you'll get to come along for that.
And here in North America as well.
Yeah.
It's been a difficult year this year because of the virus. We've had a lot of hunts and trips and that canceled
In
on us.
2020, yeah.
Yes, yes. So you might see me shooting a deer or an elk on my back lawn.
Well, they do come close enough.
They do. They're on the back lawn.
Yeah.
The dogs chased them out of the garden this morning. But anyway, stay tuned, and we'll bring it all to you as it happens.